I'll be honest with you. I love the guy. I love him, but
we were really, it was quite a shock.
Like he was like, yeah, I did it. I made my viewers happy.
I know. I was pretty sad about the announcement as well of my boy Mr. Re-Ass. You know what? I didn't think I was gonna talk about it, but chat, I cried. Actually, I cried a little bit. You know, he was talking about it, and it was announced. I think before I went to sleep that night, I was like, oh, wait, I just thought about it and sunk in. He told me a long time ago. Oh, not a long time ago, but quite a bit ago. He mentioned, but I didn't believe him. Again, like I was like, he was like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna graduate. At this time, I was like, wait, are you serious? Wait, really? Are you really gonna go? Like that's what I said. Yeah, like obviously I know like he's been having a tough time and stuff like that. I do understand that, but I tried my best to convince him. I tried my best to. I don't want him to go. Like I'll be honest with you. I love the guy. I love him, but I don't want him to go. You know what I mean? The most appropriate response would be like, oh yeah, I support this. And yeah, I do. I do support his decision. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, no, you're not leaving on my behalf. Like that. When he first told me, I didn't really believe it. Until it became like official to us. Just to Luxium. And I was like, oh damn, okay. Like at that point, I didn't convince him anymore. I didn't try to convince him anymore. This is my best friend, chat. I don't say this on stream, but he's probably my best friend. Like, whenever we're out in public, I don't know. Even my high school friends went like this, but he reminds me a lot of my cousin. Whenever we're outside in public, like we just do the most stupidest stuff. Only my cousin's ever done that, and him. And Shu too, actually. Like, Shu does it too. But, I mean, like, all of Luxiam does it too. Like, that's why I love them so much. But, specifically Mista, whenever I don't know, like, we just walk around, we see, like, a stupid sign, I'm like, oh my god, look at a goof-ass sign, and we start laughing at it. Is that type of friendship, you know? Just doing stupid stuff in public. Not a lot of people do that with you.
We knew for a long time. Mr. told me a very long time ago, he told us a long time ago that he was considering it, and then we had, the one thing that I recall a lot of is that we talked about it, especially while we were traveling, but whether we were flying out or flying back, like we had some pretty, we were sat together side by side for many hours on in those lounges and on the plane, and so we had a chance to talk about it and how I feel about it. I want my friend to be happy, simple as that. And burnout is a real thing. It's really scary. I've felt like I've burnt out sometimes, but where for me the solution was I found a solution where I was. For Mr. it isn't quite so simple, and that's okay. It's okay for him to need somewhere else to go, and it's okay for him, and I'm really proud of him for having made that distinction and for having sort of taken his time to make that discovery and to do what matters for him. Yeah, so we knew for a long time that he was most likely going to, and we all supported him, like from the very beginning. The whole thing about it is that we've always been like, we don't want you to go, but we get it, Before being my co-worker, obviously he's one of my best friends. There is so much tribalism and so much sort of anger that comes out in people in this community sometimes, and he has done so well diffusing that and making sure that everyone knows exactly why he's leaving and what it's for, and to remind people, again, like I keep saying, a graduation is not a funeral, it's a celebration. It's something where you look back on all of the memories you've made and then you move forward with your life. I know that I was the first to hit 1 million and that I'm the most subscribed member of Luxium, but I really don't think that we would be on this level without him. I've said before that when I joined, my plan was essentially that I was still studying, and I was like, oh wow, this will be a really nice little side gig that I can do, and I can stream, and I can make some money on the side so that I can afford rent, and I can get myself some food, and I can keep studying. But And I was content with that, and I was just gaming, you know, I was content to just play video games, but it was always Mr. who was pushing us further. Whether he wanted to or not, whether he intended for that to be the cause, his genius when it came to... He always lit a fire under me in the best way. Like, he was always supporting us at being the best versions of ourselves. Like, every time I felt like I had done everything I could do, he would come out with some brand new idea, and I think, fuck, why didn't I think of that? And I kept wanting to be on his level, and I kept wanting to get better so that I could see myself as someone who could, you know, be on the same level as him. We've laughed together, we've cried together, we've sang together, we've seen each other so many times, and we will guaranteed be seeing each other again. We've talked about like chances for us to meet up again, and I really think that, you know, we're going to be closer than ever, to be honest. I know that it's probably an ambition for a great many of you to be a part of Nijisanji, but I kind of have to hit you with a bit of a reality check. You have to give up so much. You have to give up the kinds of things that he went through, and the kinds of things that, you know, that he had to put up with purely for being in his position, purely for just making content the way he wanted to make it. When you're in this position, and I'm not really sure how to describe it, but I feel very passionately about this, and I want people to kind of really take this away and think about it, because it's important. So many people do not see us as people. There's an extent to which people's curiosity or their petty grievances will take them to an extent where they feel like anything goes when it comes to just having a laugh or, you know, getting some catharsis for whatever the fuck is going on in their head. And if they happen to not like us, or they happen to like us far too much to the degree that it becomes unhealthy, we're no longer people to them. We're just figures of entertainment, even when it extends to the entertainment that we do not wish to put, you know, the subject matter that we do not want people to know about, you know. We all have private lives, all of us. What you need to understand is the way that some people treat us is so violating, and there's nothing really that we can do about it. Like, we try to protect ourselves, and we try to make sure that, you know, this is just a job and a career, and we have fun with our friends, and that's about it. But there are some people out there who will just not see you as a person, and that's just a part of the job. So I know a lot of you want to join Nijisanji someday, and while I would say that the pros definitely outweigh the cons, it's really, really difficult sometimes to just to exist knowing that all of this is happening to you purely because you're here. Yeah, we found out for certain that he was graduating. We had a meeting, and it was actually while Ike was staying with me. We were so engrossed in the movie, we were actually late for this meeting. We didn't know that they were going to tell us that he was fully graduating. We just thought that we were going to have a meeting on the subject, and so we were so engrossed in the movie, and we were like, man, that was so good, and we were sort of chatting about it, and then then Ike checked his phone, and we thought, fuck, we have the meeting, it started already. And we because time zones are confusing, we thought it was an hour later, but it had already started. So we ran to the computer, and we were, you know, we sat down side by side, and I, you know, had my like headphones, I held them between us, and then they just kind of dropped the news on us. And well, they didn't just drop it, like, it was handled very respectfully, and staff were really good about it. The only thing I remember is like both of us being so surprised. Like, we quite literally just sort of sat there. We you know, Shu and Luca were quite involved in like the discussion, but me and Ike, I remember we just kind of sat there in silence for a long time. We were really it was quite a shock, because it had been sort of setting in when we knew it was a possibility, but we didn't know he was actually going to, whether or not he was actually going to do it. And so when when that all happened, you know, we went through the meeting, and then afterwards we had like a big chat as a group. We were just texting in our boys Discord server, and we were chit-chatting back and forth. And yeah, it was fine. Like, everything he told us, like, we got it 100%. We already knew a lot of why, and at the end of it, even though I was upset, we were all upset. By the end of the night, we were all just in agreement that, like, whatever is best for him, like, whatever's right for him is right for us too. And that's kind of all that I really want to say about it, is that it's difficult because Mr. was someone that I knew so well, and we spent so much time together. I mean, I'll never forget. God, that's all I'm going to say about that. He's one of my best friends, and I love him very, very much. No matter where he goes, he'll always have a place. He'll always have a place in my heart. Okay, that's that. Difficult to make the transition out of a serious talk about one of my friends moving on, but I don't want to. He's already said his piece. He said so much, and I've said mine. So yes, that's that. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. If you just came to listen to me talk about Mr.
Sorry about the delay. I just didn't want to stream over the boy for too long. I think I really wanted him to get to say what he wanted to say, get all the big points, the big bullet points out of the way. So you could have all that jazz taken care of, and now he can just sort of cruise in Zatsu with his chat and answer any like sort of lingering stray questions and all that stuff. Meanwhile, we'll just do our thing as usual over here. Just same as always, more or less. And for anybody that might be struggling with the announcement, or things might be a little bit heavy or whatever, and you want to take your mind off of things, then hey, this is a good place to do that. So yeah, I'm wishing Mr. all the best. He's handling things in a very Mr. way, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If it's very, very on brand for him to sort of crack jokes and sort of laugh at certain chats in the midst of something that's supposed to be serious. Very, very on brand. What a week, right? What a week. How was the concert? The concert was incredible. Man, the fact that I have one of the coolest experiences of my life yesterday. Today I wake up and we have this announcement, so it's been a roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster for sure. You rickrolled us? I did rickroll you all. And I don't regret it in the slightest. Do not think for a second that I forgot that one time when a bunch of fans ganged up together and rickrolled me with Akaspas. I haven't forgotten. I have not forgotten at all.
This graduating. Yeah, I know. I woke up to the party, and then I just read the announcement. I was like, oh shoot. He did say he had already dropped like a lot of hints, and I low-key already like sort of knew, but I was like kind of doubting it. It wasn't a joke. He must have his reason, so like I did with Nina, I'll just respect his wishes. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure live. I mean, come on, live has so much more waiting for everybody in here. So I'm sure he'll be alright. If this is what he wanted, then I'm pretty sure he'll be alright with whatever he decides to do, and I'll support him. I'll miss that dork. Yeah, I wish I had called up with him a little bit more, but I'm really shy. I'm really, really shy. I wish I had at least. You know, the few times that I did collab with him, he made me laugh so fucking much. He's a fucking clown, and I like clowns.
When we first met, he would talk non-stop about content. And I remember listening to like an hour plus of him talking about what his next week's schedule was gonna be, or what his stream was gonna be, what he's gonna do. And he would get so excited and invested in it. Like, he would say stuff like, oh my god, this week would be banger. I'm gonna have banger content. Like, the mistakes would love this. Oh, they would love this idea too. Oh god, like, word per word, by the way. I'm not making this shit up. Like, he would say shit like that. He would be like, god, the mistakes would love this. You know what? I want to give the mistakes this. So he does talk about you guys a lot. And he was very motivated. Like, you can tell that his genuine motivation was his community, right? The thing is, his ideas were actually really, really good. He plans ahead a lot, but after really working hard, he would downplay it. But then he would stream. Like, he would go live, and then he would see chat's reaction, and then he would feel really fulfilled, and then he would, like, brag about it. You know? Like, he would brag about it. He would not brag. The brag's like the meaner way. He would talk about it a lot. And he feels like he did it, you know? He saw that, like, the chat was happy. He saw that the community was happy. And he genuinely felt happy because of that. Like, he was like, yeah, I did it. I made my viewers happy. I found it very admirable. And I was like, bro, that's the energy I want too. Like, I want to have that energy when I stream, you know? Like, his view on content wasn't just creativity. It was genuinely just like, if my viewers or if my community felt happy, I feel happy. With him, he was just genuinely happy with what he was doing. And I enjoyed that to see. And as a viewer, I'm pretty sure you guys were also happy as well. But as time went on, you know, stuff happened, and it's like, I don't know. As his, I hope, friend, I hope he considers me a friend. Like, don't get me wrong, by the way. This, like, for a while, like, back then, he beated himself up a lot for it. Like, he was quite hard on himself because he felt like he was letting people down and stuff like that. But he kept trying anyways because deep down, he is just a natural born entertainer, I guess. So with that, and I'm pretty sure other people, right? We have talked to him, we've tried to cheer him up or try to offer help or something. But sometimes it is just what it is. And I know how much effort and passion he puts into it. And I think I'm just proud of him, I think. Like, I know he will be amazing no matter what. Or whatever he goes or whatever he does. I know he's gonna do it. Like, he's gonna do really, really well. And I know he wouldn't want me to be all mushy and emotional. And I know he wouldn't want you guys to feel bad. And he doesn't want you to, like, beat yourself up or blame yourself. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that it wasn't you. You know, you guys were one of, if not the biggest motivation he had. You guys were really there for him. So don't blame yourself. You guys were amazing.
Speaking of pain, very distressing announcements. Mr. Rios leaving Nijisanji. Oh my god. Really upset by all the graduations this year. But, you know, it's his decision, and, you know, I respect that. You know, he made the decision to leave a long time ago, it seems like. Yeah. I'm gonna be sad to see him go. You know, I have a lot of good things to say about Mr. You know, I think he's a very funny, very special guy. And, you know, Nijisanji is not gonna be the same without him. That stings. That one's gonna sting in the morning. Everyone, please send some love and support to Mr. on his way out, and also to Luxium and all the mistakes in the Luxium fan. Rough times. You know, it's hard to see him go, but, you know, if that's what he wants, I wish him the best. Wish him only love and happiness. Yeah. But, you know, he's not actually graduating until is it the 27th of August? So, you know, he's not gone just yet. You know, we'll have plenty of time to say our goodbyes and process it in the meantime. The coming month until then, only love and support. My best wishes to Mr. I wish I could have got to know him a little bit more. Like, I haven't spoken to him that much compared to the rest of the other EN members. Really. Wish I could have got to know him better earlier, but it's just how it goes, I guess. It's another wake-up call to cherish what you have while you have it, because, you know, not everything lasts forever, guys. You know, the same thing when Nina graduated. Just take every opportunity you can while you still have it, really.
I feel like there are a lot of people who might have misconceptions about what's going on. Let me just, speak on the elephant in the room a little bit. Mr. Riaz is graduating from Nijisanji En, and there was an announcement about it on Twitter. So everything that you need to know is basically on the Nijisanji En Twitter. I'm sure 95% of you know, maybe more. But I think the man said, how he felt about the situation best, and I don't think that I can really add on to how well he said it, as well as he did, because it's his choice, it's his feelings, and there's not too much more that I can really speak on. That being said, I am very saddened, but I am proud of the guy. Like, I feel like him choosing and pursuing happiness it's not something I can fault anyone over. I think it would be incredibly disingenuous of me to sit here and be like, Mr. Riaz and I go back since kindergarten. I knew that boy since he was a lad. I was sipping our apple juice and we were drinking our Capri Suns in recess, and I saw him and he probably would be the type to get bullied, I must say. But I never saw it. Yeah, I wasn't his friend in kindergarten. Kindergarten. Like, truth be told, if you were gonna ask me who did I get to speak to more, Mr. or Nina, I would have to say Nina. Whatever interactions I had with Mr. were always positive. This man was a light. He was very silly, very goofy, a quirky motherfucker, if you will. And I think the realest thing about Mr. was that he was very real.